Hey y'all, here for another Thirsty Thursday with Chad Fox. Had a little trouble getting the live going, but I'm back on now. I'm gonna play a tune for you. It's Don Quixote. I wrote it a while back. Don Quixote found the sun, sending signals to the moon. Don Quixote made them crush, crush, crush. The moon herself began to blush, blush, blush. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow, I said. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow on the dust. Don Quixote was the one whose bed was built by Christ. Don Quixote knew the names of every lover that was lost, lost, lost. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow, I said. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow across the moss.
Schedules of the horses, and the cows and the buyers and the dogs and the yards, and the cats napped on the slat corners or loop, slide, streaking and the one cloud.
Don Quixote knew the way to the city made of clay. Don Quixote made them dance, dance, dance. Every lover likes to play, play, play. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow, I said. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow all the way. Don Quixote broke the spell that led the lamb into the well. Don Quixote drank its blood, blood, blood. Don Quixote lives for love, love, love. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow, I said. Riding into battle on a horse without a shadow, kill for love.
He may be the Antichrist.
Alright y'all, thanks for joining me for the next Thirsty Thursday. That song was Don Quixote by me. My SoundCloud is Funeral for ISIS. If you want to check that out. So this time we are going to recap on the story from last time and do a few different things. We've pretty much fleshed out the story. And from this point on, I'm just going to be writing the first couple acts. And today we are going to read some poetry, drink some scotch, and maybe work on a song that I made out of the How Thought Became Ruler storyline. Just to show how creative writing can mix through medias, not just stories and books, but songs and storytelling in general. Looks like we've got Donna, Jesse, and El Bobby Gato on the segment so far. So I'm gonna get started by pouring some scotch. This is the bottle we're going with. The famous Grouse blended Scotch whiskey. I have tried this one before, but it was a long time ago, so we're gonna give it another go here. Clip this in here. Alright. Y'all are having a drink with me. Cheers. My intoxicated glass I got from Deborah. Go ahead and pour us a glass. Alright. So I'm going to start with a couple quotes from my Flower Thoughts book. First, let's give this scotch a little try. I'll let the ice melt a little bit. Water's fine, as long as y'all are wetting your lips with something. Y'all are probably gonna meet my cat Max a few times during this. He's around here. That's nice. These blended scotches are good, but a single malt is usually a little better, but we're going to try all different kinds of scotch. Start with a couple quotes from my flower book. Spring has come when you can put your foot on 3 daisies at once. That's from an anonymous author. I really love this one here. Happiness is to hold flowers in both hands, a Japanese proverb. So, last time we finished off with putting together the How Thought Became Ruler story. Ended up really well. Got a lot of good ideas from y'all. I put together a blog, which I'll be posting in the comments here in a minute, with a character list and a summary. So I'm going to share that right now. El Bobby Gato says, cheers with this Coors. Gotta love Coors. Alright, let's see. Max, you trying to get a little drink of that? This is my cat, Max. Apparently he also likes scotch. Oh, or maybe not so much. Alright, so I just shared the blog URL on the comments. You can check that out. I made a pretty cool graphic for the story. And if If you click on the pages on there, there's a character list and a plot summary. I'm going to go ahead and read the plot summary and the character list now. So the plot summary is 300 years into the future, the year 2320, life on Earth has become a utopian-like existence due to a uniform time conformity, where everyone on the planet decided all at once on one single thought that would rule their time on Earth. However, after a visit from someone claiming to be a time traveler, one person, JJ, also known as Jax, has decided to break that conformity, causing many people to question his motives. This came to the attention of thought scientists Bart Claypool, Cynthia Knight, and Hector Lopez, who would question their utopian existence, starting a sequence of thought experiments that would change the world forever. Detective Barstool, a detective, was asked to investigate JJ's decision and was asked by his superior, Major Taggart, to get to the bottom of it. Detective Barstool may be an old drunk, but he's not stupid. He begins to question if his superior has chosen him because of his inability to perform as of lately. This causes Detective Barstool to reach deep within himself to find the great investigator he once was, joining up with the thought scientists and exposing the time conformity for what it is, a mental prison. So that's the plot summary. Let's go ahead and read off the character list here. The characters are JJ, who is the one who breaks the time conformity. The thought scientists are Bart Claypool, Cynthia Knight, Hector Lopez, Detective Barstool, and Major Taggart is the investigator. So that's our character list. From this point on, I'm going to be working on it and writing the first 3 acts, and I'll be publishing them on the blog. So y'all check out the blog for that and for updates. Alright, so I am going to read a poem. This is from Leonard Cohen, selected poems from 1956 to 1968. If you all don't know who Leonard Cohen is, he was a poet and folk singer. He died a couple years ago, but he was a great writer, a great poet, and one of the best songwriters ever, in my opinion. Sherry just joined us. Nice to see you, Mom. Thanks for tuning in. Got us a drink going here. Some blended scotch. Alright, so this poem is actually called Story for the Art of Storytelling here, by Leonard Cohen. She tells me a child built her house one spring afternoon, but that the child was killed crossing the street. She says she read it in the newspaper that at the corner of this and that avenue, a child was run down by an automobile. Of course I do not believe her. She has built the house herself, hung the oranges and colored beads in the doorways, crayon flowers on the walls. She has made the paper things for the wind, collected crooked stones for their shadows in the sun, fastened yellow and dark balloons to the ceiling. Each time I visit her, she repeats the story of the child to me. I never question her. It is important to understand one's part in a legend. I take my place among the paper fish and make-believe clocks, naming the flowers she has drawn, smiling while she paints my head on large clay coins, and making a sort of courtly love to her when she contemplates her own tragic death. I like the free form writing. I have written a lot of poems that rhyme, but I also love poems that don't rhyme. I think they give you a little more room to tell a story without having to work in the confines of rhyming. If y'all want to work on an exercise, go ahead and get out a pen and paper and start writing a poem of your own. Anyone can do it. That's kind of the point of these Thirsty Thursdays, is to get creative. I'm going to take out a stamp. If y'all haven't checked it out, check out El Bobby Gatto's custom guitar Facebook group. He makes custom guitars that are pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the comments. That is a link to Trent's Facebook group for his custom guitars and basses. I'm also going to post a picture real quick that I came up with. It's a graphic for the story, How Thought Became Ruler. Zane, good to see you. You like this glass? Deborah got it for me for Christmas. She also gave me a bag of fox bones. A fox died on their property out there in Bertram, and she collected its bones and sent them to me in the mail. Because why not? Just one moment, y'all. Alright, so it's not letting me post that picture. It only lets me post stickers and whatnot. But if you go to the blog and the link that I posted, you can see the picture on the front cover. It's it says How Thought Became Ruler, and it has a head with the mind with a clock inside of it. I'm not sure where I put the fox bones. I wanted to show y'all, but seem to have misplaced them. So, anyway, just to recap from our story. Share a fox with you, because why not? Fox it, right? For fox's sake. So, how thought became ruler. It is the story of a time conformity that everyone thought came to everyone's thought at one time. It was a singularity event that happened in this time period. But the story is set 300 years into the future from now. And basically everyone in the entire world lives by one time conformity, which may sound familiar. Waking up, eating breakfast, going to work, eating lunch, coming home, eating dinner, and repeating the process. So, in the story, a character named JJ is getting ready for work, and he gets confronted by a man who asks him for the time. Confused by this, JJ asks him what he means, and he responds with, "The time is now." And he suggests that JJ go for a walk and think about that. Well, JJ has to go to work, right? He just finished his breakfast. And the time conformity suggests that it's time to go to work. But JJ, at the behest of this so-called time traveler, who we're naming Frank Fox, sorry. Frank Fox is the time traveler who will be in and out of the story. He tells him, "Hey, why don't you go for a walk and think about that?" So this causes JJ to break the time conformity. And in doing so, he actually gets investigated by a detective named Detective Barstool. And Detective Barstool isn't the sharpest detective in the bunch. He used to be. These days, you'll find him in a bar, hence the name Barstool. But so his superior, Major Taggart, some of you might recognize the name Taggart. Taggart was a cop with the Leander Police Department who used to terrorize kids. He would target people's parents, mothers, get them to cry so that their kids would spill the beans. But guess what? We never spilled the beans. Okay? So Major Taggart puts Detective Barstool on the case because Major Taggart seems to know a few secrets about the time conformity, right? He keeps the peace. There's this utopian society that the world has come to through this time conformity. Or so they think. Is a utopian society really that great if you can only do what you think to do because that's what you've been told to think? And that's where this whole how thought became ruler subject comes from. Is that everybody conforms to this same routine, right? And so this story is set in the future, but once I finish writing the short story, what I want the reader to take from it is maybe it's not the so distant future. Maybe we're living this now. And that's really the purpose of this creative writing exercise here, is to get people to think. Maybe the time conformity already exists. James Allen has just joined us. Good to see you, James. I just recapped the story, and for anyone else that's just joining us, the link to the blog is in the comments. You can go there and check out our character list and the plot summary that I read earlier.
So I'm going to play another song for y'all. We're actually going to be working on a song here in a little bit that I'm working on, a new one that actually I was inspired from the story of how thought became ruler. But for now, this song is called Shipwrecked on Roses. Again, by A Funeral for Isis, which is me. I'll leave the link to my SoundCloud in the comments.
The devil made me a deal. It's foolish, but it's real. Sure. Break my heart 1,000 times, and in the end it's yours. Love is for the roses that are red. Love is for the roses that God gave me a bed with gold instead of thread. Jesus Christ, it's a bed of roses with thorn pricks in my head. Love is for the roses that are red. Love is for the roses that are dead. Love is for the roses that are red. Love is for the roses that love gave me some hope. Love gave me a rope, and baby, sure, I fell in love 1,000 times, but in the end I'm yours. Love is for the roses that are red. Love is for the roses that take away the pain. The lake is made of rain. What for? I have cried 1,000 times to wash up on your shore. Love is for the roses that are red. Love is for the roses that are dead.
So that was Shipwrecked on Roses. That's a song I wrote a few years ago. Mike Dank, good to see you. Mike Dank just joined us. So, just want to show you all these fox bones. I just found them that Deborah sent me. Don't worry, they've been thoroughly cleaned. So this is a fox that actually died on their property. She's got a few teeth here. Little bones. Check this out. Looks like a leg bone. From a fox. Deborah gets foxes every year. She's actually got a few foxes that are there this year. They have their kits. Baby foxes are called kits, but they usually have their kits in one of their storage containers every year. Got some teeth here. Some fox teeth. Foxes are omnivores, so they eat meat, vegetables, and fruit. So, as you can see, their teeth are pretty sharp, canines, because they are from the carnivora family of canids. Pretty cool, right? So, Mike Dank, I heard y'all been jamming. Heard a recording y'all made playing a punk song. It was pretty tight. I definitely miss jamming with y'all. I've been in my new office in Wellington, Texas for about 3 months now. I like it here. It's pretty cool. I miss y'all back home though. Zane, y'all having a drink or what? So we're not going to focus too much this time on fleshing out the story for the short story because I think we pretty much got it. But if anyone has any ideas they want to add to it right now, you can go ahead and leave a comment there. Once again, the story revolves around a few characters, thought scientists, a character named JJ who decides not to go to work one day and to take a walk, which breaks the time conformity, causing a stir. He gets a detective, Detective Barstool, to investigate and sets off a chain of events that causes some thought scientists to run some thought experiments where their whole belief system is challenged. So I think we got a pretty good thing going there. My cat is causing a ruckus here. So yeah, El Bobby Gato says they've been jamming out. It's pretty cool. I know Zane probably misses jamming too. You been playing anything, Zane? Once again, we are drinking some blended Scotch whiskey, the famous Grouse. It's pretty good so far. Established in 1800. Actually gonna pour me another little bit. All right. Zane says he's about to pour up. Oh yeah, Ella's at work. If y'all don't know, Zane is currently in California working. Kind of all went to different places at once. But EBG's still right there in the trailer park, y'all. Yeah, I pretty much just strum my acoustic these days since I moved out this way. You know, y'all know we've been doing metal once again, which I love, but I also like some acoustic guitar. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and read another poem. Just a moment. So this is another poem by Leonard Cohen, written on July 4th, 1963. It's called Independence. Funny that it was written on July 4th. Leonard Cohen was a Canadian, but he spent a lot of time in America. He actually became a monk on Mount Baldy in California. for a time. My cat's meowing away. So this is called Independence. Okay, so tonight I will live with my new white skin, which I found under a millennium of pith clothing. None of the walls jumped when I called them. Trees smirked, "You're one of us now." When I strode through the wheat in my polished boots, out of control, awake and newly naked, I lie back in the luxury of my color. Somebody is marching for me, at me, to me. Somebody has a flag I did not invent. I think the Aztecs have not been sleeping. Magic moves from hand to hand like money. I thought we were the bank, the end of the line. New York City was just a counter. The crumpled bill passed across. I thought that heroes meant us. I have been reading too much history and writing too many history books. Magic moves from hand to hand and I'm broke. Someone stops the sleepwalker in the middle of the opera and pries open his fist finger by finger and kisses him goodbye. I think the Aztecs have not been sleeping. No matter what I taught the children, I think no one has ever slept but he, who gathers the past into stories. Magic moves from hand to hand. Somebody is smiling in one of our costumes. Somebody is stepping out of a costume. I think that is just what invisible means. Carl just joined us. Hot Carl, what's going on? For those that just joined us and don't know what this is a Thirsty Thursday creative writing segment where I read poems, play songs, and have writing exercises. We're working on a short story called How Thought Became Ruler. If you just joined us, you can watch this live after we finished and recap on what was talked about. So I have written a new song out of the concept How Thought Became Ruler. Worked on it last night. I got a couple verses. Want to work on a few guitar parts here in a second. We have a drink on Thirsty Thursdays here. For those of you that don't drink, water's fine. But cheers to those that are having a drink. Got my trusty guitar here. So I came up with some lyrics, but I'm trying to work on some chords here. So I'm just going to play through a few chords and see what I can come up with. Like that progression. I kind of came up with that last night a little bit. It's A minor, C, G, and D. So I need a chorus part. Carl asks, how's that famous grouse? Smoky? You know, it's not very smoky. Blended scotches are pretty smooth. They have a pretty smooth tone to them. They're not like, Chivas, Shivas, or like, they're not as strong as Chivas, or it's not Scotch, but Remy Martin. I've had a lot of people try the Scotch that's a little stronger and literally spit it out because it tastes like lighter fluid to them. But this one's pretty smooth. Really good, actually. Really good. Scotch is my preferred drink lately. Used to be mainly a beer drinker, but beer doesn't really agree with me that much lately. I drink a few beers and I get tired and sick to my stomach, where I can have a couple scotches and I feel really good, you know. So we're working through this new little riff I got here. Need a chorus. Think an F chord maybe. Something like that. I like that. So I'm going to share the lyrics that I wrote for this. Like I said, it's kind of on the same story structure as our short story, How Thought Became Ruler. I tried to encompass the whole time is being used against us. Carl says, sunrise in my eyes, followed by dawn's flowing lies. I like that. Let's say, sunrise in my eyes, followed by dawn's flowing lies, and So the lyrics I got, let's go ahead and read them. It's, days are all moments, and moments are golden, and hours are just gold that's lost. Gods are all naked, and moonlight is silver, and seconds are heavy as rocks. This is the story, how thought became ruler, gods became crueler, and time became clocks. Like roses in winter and minutes at midnight, the people they must have forgot. That's what I got so far. Donna says it's going down in Wellington. I'm going to go ahead and post these lyrics real quick so y'all can know what I'm singing. Carl says, nailed it. Damn right, nailed it. Alright, y'all having a good time here. probably the most people that's ever tuned in at once. So thanks y'all for tuning in here. Let's keep working on this song. Once again, it is going with the concept of time being a ruler. Go ahead and move this so y'all can see me. Alright. So let's give this a go. Days are all moments, and moments are golden, and hours are just gold that's lost. Gods are all naked, and moonlight is silver, and seconds are heavy as rocks. And this is the story, how thought became ruler, how gods became crueler, and time became clocks like roses in winter and minutes at midnight. The people, they must have forgot. Sounds good. The days are all moments, and moments are golden, and hours are just gold that's lost. Gods are all naked, and moonlight is silver, seconds are heavy as rocks. And this is the story, how thought became ruler, gods became crueler, and time became clocks like roses in winter and minutes at midnight. The people, they must have forgotten. Take it easy, James. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So that's just a little song concept that I made up to kind of go with the storyline. Well, tell me what y'all think. Getting close to wrapping this up, y'all. So for those of you that are new to this, we do this on Thursdays, not every Thursday. We usually post when we're gonna be on. It's Thirsty Thursdays, where we have a little drink. This time we're drinking the famous Grouse Scotch blended whiskey. I plan on doing a few writing exercises on the next segments. We're going to go ahead and leave the How Thought Became Ruler story to Bees for me to write. I'm going to write a few acts and get a bit of the story down, and then I'll be updating the blog regularly. El Babigato says he likes it. Donna loves it. The song, that is. Thanks, y'all. I came up with the words last night and had a little bit of idea of how I wanted to structure the chords there, but we just nailed it, I think. And so y'all save that link to the blog and be checking it out for updates. I'm gonna post the first act in the next week or so. The first act is gonna consist of JJ being approached by Frank Fox, the time traveler, who gets him to question the time conformity. And he ends up going for a walk instead of going to work, and it disrupts pretty much everything. He's the first person in 300 years to break the time conformity in the storyline. And I think the whole point of this story, like I mentioned earlier, is to wake people up and just get them to think. You know, it's set in the future, but if you look at the story closely, you know, are we not in a time conformity now? Do we not have to wake up every morning, go to work, come home, and repeat that process just to survive? I don't think it should be that way, right? That's not a utopian society by any means. Kimberly just joined us. That's my sister. We're actually about to wrap this up, Kim, but glad you could tune in for a minute. Sherry says you should have comments open for the group on your story blog. I'll definitely leave comments open there for anyone who has any ideas they want to put in. Also, all of these live streams you can rewatch on Facebook to catch up on where we've been and where we're going. But I've also created a new YouTube channel for my author page. And I'll be uploading all of these live streams there that can be viewed at any time. And it's alright, Kim. It's good to see you. Great to see you, Kim. Kim's my sister, y'all. One of my sisters. So, Zane says he just got him a glass of Sexton single malt. Oh, yeah. I love them single malts, y'all. So, anyway, I'm going to be updating the blog regularly, and I'm going to have a YouTube channel where I'm going to put all these live broadcasts, and eventually I think we're going to move from Facebook to a different platform like YouTube or even Discord. I'm also going to be putting all different kinds of content on the Chad Fox Author YouTube channel. I'll be reading poems on it, and I'll be posting new songs to it. I'll actually be working on this last song. I'm going to record it and put a version on the YouTube channel there, but I'm going to go ahead and play the song one more time to finish this up. So this is a song that we just worked on for How Thought Became Ruler. Came up with the lyrics last night, and I posted them into the channel if you want to read the lyrics. I'm gonna play this one more time, and we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. Days are all moments, and moments are golden, and hours are just gold that's lost. And gods are all naked, and moonlight is silver, and seconds are heavy as rocks. And this is the story how thought became ruler, gods became crueler, and time became clocks. Like roses in winter and minutes at midnight, the people they must have forgot. The days are all moments, and moments are golden, and hours are just gold that's lost. And gods are all naked, and moonlight is silver, and seconds are heavy as rocks. And this is the story how thought became ruler, gods became crueler, and time became clocks. Like roses in winter and minutes at midnight, the people they must have forgot. Thanks for joining us, y'all, for this Thursday, and we'll see you next time.